The planet is in crisis. The planet itself, the environment, and the people that are causing this crisis.
Everyone's life is of value, and we should make sure they've got the opportunity to live a beautiful and productive life.
We are hurting other people through war and violence, then we're going to be hurting ourselves.
This manifest world too often is dominated by horror and human suffering and pain.
Cultural narratives are promoted that are beneficial only to elites. These are not true.
We must create solutions from the bottom up. Governments in the world are not going to do it for us.
Food production must be an issue of sustainability, taking care of the earth.
The old order is beginning to break down. As that comes apart, it's very distressing. We are dealing with extinction level problems now.
This is that moment where in the proliferation of uncertainty, in the proliferation of chaos, we are ready to take the next quantum leap in our evolution.
The crisis is meaningful because it's forcing us into consciously evolving.
What is required is a radical shift in consciousness.
This is a moment of hope, of opportunity.
And we're looking forward with hope. We're part of an immense shift.
That this is not a pipe dream, it's happening.
Is happening on a mass scale right now.
The world story weaving through the minds and psyches of hundreds and millions of people. But the story is changing.
We're moving into a different story of self, a different story of the world, a different story of the people.
We have an opportunity to play a role in the greatest transition drama the world has ever seen.
Things aren't working so well anymore. It's a lot harder to fully believe in our stories, kind of birthing us into a new understanding of what's real and what's possible and who we are.
We're in the process of awakening on a mass scale.
We are entering somewhere where we've never even been before as a species.
We truly are living in an extraordinary time. We've never lived in a world where a small group can touch the lives of a billion people.
There is a community of change agents, people who believe fundamentally in change, who are working actively towards it, who are not just talking about it.
The secret to change is not fighting the old, but finding the power to fight for the new.
People who are voluntarily rising up and taking matters into their own hands. People who have become active in the transformation that's taking place in the world today. That movement, that unprecedented swelling up of the hidden mainstream, that's the biggest movement in human history.
We have the opportunity to come together and create unprecedented global human thriving. We, humanity, now have the potential to design our own evolution. This has never happened before.
Exponential change is happening.
An extraordinary rate of innovation and breakthroughs is leading towards a world of unprecedented abundance.
We live in a world today where your dreams are things that you can completely manifest yourself.
Today, there is nothing that we cannot do. Whether it's to go and mine the asteroids, extend the human lifespan, change the conversation from one about complaining about problems to one about solving problems and making your vision happen.
Every person has a unique and necessary role to play in this transition. That's why you're here.
The shift on planet Earth requires a critical mass of people saying yes to the inner shift.
Give the better you, the real you, a chance.
You love what you're doing and you have big dreams. Your impact is amazing.
I think that the world is going to be saved by entrepreneurs. And I think entrepreneurs seriously advance us in terms of innovation and new ideas.
What we're starting to see is a generation that sees themselves as potential change agents with or without resources, just in and of themselves.
They are open. They have less invested in the status quo. That's why there is so much hope in a younger generation.
We can make a difference right now. We don't have to wait till we're grown up. We can do it right now. We are young and we have new, different ways of thinking.
Flashlight that runs only on the heat of a human hand.
What I've created is a new way to attack pancreatic, ovarian, and lung cancer that costs 3 cents and takes 5 minutes to run.
I like to come once in a week, so I made my own basket.
We can do this. I started with just one child, and I put her into school and watched as her life was transformed. So today there's 220 students enrolled.
The sexiest thing in the entire world is being really smart and being thoughtful and being generous
The new feminine has no gender. It's a principle that men and women both possess, defined by gentleness and compassion and heart. But women all over the world are finding a new power and the transformation of the world, and it is happening quickly.
Imagine this, a world where all girls are given opportunity and education. We can break the cycle of illiteracy, poverty, and disease in a single generation.
We just want to be connected to something higher. Consciousness is an expanding entity. I think the important thing is to have this central tenet of your being, love, compassion, and tolerance. Everyone knows that.
The Pope, with his focus on compassion, has become the new voice of conscience.
Whether you have a spiritual perspective or a religious perspective, evolve the way we are together.
I mean, there are a lot of challenges that will come up before we get to where we need to go, but we're getting there.
The beautiful thing about life right now is that there is no dream too big, and there is no challenge that you cannot overcome.
Making a change, making the world a better place, is not only your responsibility, it is your joy, it is your blessing, it's your gift, it's your opportunity to make your life mean something. So take it.